what I'm noticing on this is just that I'm getting like really nice wet traction and predictable loss of control, predictable oversteer, predictable understeer. Welcome back, I'm Tedward. Welcome to Atlanta Motorsports Park, and welcome to a Bridgestone tire event where we're testing out the all new, probably released just after this video, before this video goes live, the new Potenza All Season, the AS. And they're really proud of the fact that this tire is supposed to be a lot better improved for wet and dry handling. Now, in the past, I've always said like all seasons or no seasons, but all seasons have gotten a lot better over the past few years, and I have to take some of that back. There are enthusiast all seasons out there, and I don't mean that you're gonna go out and set lap times or do anything absolutely crazy in them. However, it does mean that you can get a frugal tire that's gonna last you like 50,000 miles, and you can still go out and enjoy yourself. Of course, there's not gonna be as much grip as, say, an RE71 RS or even a Sport or Race from the Potenza sub-brand, but it's still gonna be enough to get the job done and make sure you don't get stuck in inclement weather. They're not a snow tire, but they are snow rated, so I still recommend getting a full set of snow tires if you're in a proper snow region. But today we've got the sprinklers out. Let's go take a little jaunt around this autocross and see how it goes. So we're gonna be out here in new Subaru BRZs. We have some aftermarket Sparco wheels. We are on the Bridgestone All Seasons, the new Potenza AS. So we've got an 18-inch wheel with a 225 section tire front and rear. Let's jump in and see what we can do. It's an automatic. It's not our favorite thing in the world, but you know, this is just a slow, wet course to explore the limits of the tires. All right, we're clear.
Go for it.
So they've been nice enough to line us up with some cones so we know where we're supposed to be facing. And the transmission, a little laggy, but today's not about transmissions. Today, thank you for the wipers. That is nice of you. But what's nice about this all-season tire is the breakaway is very predictable. Try to figure out the tuning of this gearbox. That's been the little sideways, but that's what's nice about it, is that even though we don't have traction full off on this car, it's predictable when the front's gonna push, when it's gonna let go, and the rear is always a joy in a BRZ because it does that. But you know, like I said, we still have a little bit of traction going for us here, so it's not gonna let us push too wide, but you can still somewhat gracefully ride that edge of traction. But like I said, we're getting a little push, but it's progressive. It's giving me information through the wheel. And when it pushes, I'm able to just reel that back in by bleeding off the throttle. I really wish we could just drift this whole thing. And finding that grip. So that's what you want out of like your wet traction, is to be able to find that limit comfortably, not aggressively, and then get it back together. I'm glad we're not timing this.
I'll tell them you were the fastest anyway. That's fine.
It's so frustrating when you're getting just like a sweet amount of slip angle to like, oh man, I wish I could just keep that in second and leave it sideways the whole time. This is a fun little course. I mean, it's funny when you're at like a legit racetrack and you're racing in a parking lot.
Right.
A little bit of a penalty box, but it's okay because we're playing with the NSX and the other car there.
Yeah, you got plenty of big courses to go around.
But what's nice about this tire is ultra responsive. I don't feel like, you know, yucky, sticky, or smushy sidewalls. It's giving me what I want, and I've got to say, it's still dancing around just fine. And unfortunately, Toyota and Subaru made it so you can't really turn it all the way off unless you do this funky pedal dance on the brakes and the e-brake. But do a couple more laps just to get some video of it. But what I'm noticing on this is just that I'm getting like really nice wet traction and predictable loss of control, predictable oversteer, predictable understeer. It's a happy tire. It'd be fun to drive this on like a dry track just to compare it and see where it breaks away and starts to fall apart. But the fact that it can do this comfortably here is nice. The drifter in me wants to hang tail and just graze every cone on that one. But anyway, I think that'll do it. Just coming through, having a good time. You're on the right side.
Your lane's fine.
So that's going to do it for the new all-season. I think, you know, if you're exploring all-season tires for a sporty car, this is probably a really good option. I'm sure that, Topher drives. I always want to say the Topher. You're not the Topher. You're the substitute Topher. Substitute Topher. Sweet baby B. Chris Brower, my other POV counterpart in the world. I think he's going to enjoy these too. But I think, you know, the thing that I'm taking away from this is that the front breaks away really nicely, progressively. It's easy to reel back in, and yeah, it's a safe tire to get out in the world and explore the limits of your car. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.